evening, everybody, and welcome to the Channel Fringe Hard-Hitting Action News Update, sponsored by Shuttles Communication. I'm senior anchor Andrew Hungerford.
And I'm senior junior on the beat, in the street, ready to rumble, rough and tumble, definitely the best of being humble anchor, Zach Robinson.
Tamara Winters is off tonight.
Hey, Andrew, how was your day off?
Day off? What do you mean, Zach? I was here on the Kafanu broadcast last night.
No, you weren't. I would know. I was there.
Yeah, I was there too. We reported on viewership from all over the world, and then a talking horse walked into your apartment and served as our guest correspondent while juggling chainsaws. And then my microphone turned into an ice cream cone, and it was Grater's Black Raspberry Chip, and it was delicious.
And then you woke up?
Yeah, and then I woke... I see. And that brings us to our top story tonight.
Seeing.
For anyone out there on the front lines of demonstrations, and for anyone who would love to be out there but can't because we're still in the middle of a frickin' pandemic, which makes things complicated.
And for anyone and everyone who sees injustice continuing around us and feels powerless.
We want to remind you that the act of bearing witness is powerful. See and speak, and lift the voices and experiences of the marginalized.
We can all use the experience of what we see to inform how we act, how we help, how we uplift, and how we move forward together.
We can use our witness to speak truth to power.
The Minneapolis City Council has committed to fundamentally changing what the police force looks like in their community.
In Bristol, in the UK, the statue of a slave trader was pulled down and thrown into the sea.
Across the South, Confederate monuments are finally being torn down.
A new fence that surrounds the White House, mere hours after it was erected, was completely covered in protest art.
And yesterday, more than 5,000 people joined together in protests in Cincinnati.
Behold. And continue to witness, letting this all reveal the path ahead as we put one foot in front of the other. And with that, Zach, tell us what's on the Kinda Weird watch tomorrow.
Tomorrow is a well-earned day off, Andrew. You can use it however you need. Protesting, going to work, sleeping in, writing letters to your representatives, catching up on more of the shows at your own pace. It's 24 hours that stretch out before you like a blank canvas calling to be filled.
If you need to give your eyes a break, but still want a fringe, it's a great day to partake in our radio fringe shows. We've got 2 audio-only experiences this year.
From Abby Palin out of Cincinnati, Ohio comes Moving the Mountain. Smash your demons, then smooch them goodbye. Welcome to the story of Abby defeating Edna. Welcome to the story that might help you do the same. What is authenticity? What do mosh pits teach us about letting go? How does joy help you conquer life's mountains?
And From the Cold Hearts is an audio-only version of Cincy Fringe favorite, Edgar Allan. Edgar Allan is a 2-person musical that follows a pre-adolescent, Edgar Allan Poe, in his first year at Manor House School as he seeks to gain academic ascendancy over the student body. All goes according to plan until another boy named Edgar Allan arrives in his class, complicating his schemes of dominance.
And then on Wednesday, we'll be back with the Kind of Weird watch of MOUSE from Rory Sheridan.
MOUSE, where a future archaeologist discovers the autobiography of Walt's pet mouse. Trapped in a long-abandoned vault, an archaeologist in the distant future uncovers the autobiography of the real-life mouse that inspired culture's most omnipresent corporate mascot. With life support systems dwindling, the archaeologist is tasked with relaying the mouse's remarkable 95-year life story to his virtual AI assistant. And that's followed by a talkback at 8.
And remember that any talkbacks you missed should be archived on the Cincy Fringe Facebook page or cincyfringe.com.
And now we'd like to welcome special correspondent James Creaky with a very important public service announcement. James?
Penguins are pretty great. The picture that probably comes to your mind when you hear the word penguin, well, that's something like this, right? See, these are emperor penguins, and they have no clothes, and they can actually be pretty colorful. But when you're limited by an old printer like I am, It's hard to see anything but black and white. But fortunately, I have a new tablet. See? Look at that there. Look at the color. Isn't that beautiful? These unique creatures, they live in Antarctica, where it routinely gets quite cold, sometimes temperatures so low that even the penguin, with all its amazing adaptations like blubber and fins and stuff, it cannot survive, and yet it does, because it's not alone. They roll deep, you see, and when it gets especially cold, they cluster even closer together, and they just keep moving. It turns out the sheer number of them working together can generate enough heat in the center of the group for a penguin to stay pretty comfortable and much warmer than it actually needs to survive. At the center, but not at the edges. It's still murder, death, cold at the edges if they stay out there too long. And in their hearts, they know that too. So each penguin walks a steady path in the rotation that lets it bask in the warmth of the center of the group for as long as it needs to, but also it takes it to the edges for a spell so that every other penguin gets a chance to bask in the same warmth that is the protected center of the group. Because Antarctica sometimes, well, it just gets too cold for any one emperor penguin to survive. Well, so they have to do it that way. They have to do it together. They take their turns at the edges for as long as they can, and they earn their time in the warmth of the center. But they don't stay there any longer than they need to because they remember what it feels like to be out in the cold of the edges for too long. So they protect each other. They share the wealth, the warmth. And because of this, well, emperor penguins can survive even the coldest of winters. So when you think about a penguin, you probably see black and white. But they actually come in many, many different colors. And shapes and sizes, and this is true, even different gender preferences. Huh? It's always been too cold for any one penguin to survive the winter, but penguin lives matter. So be safe, and whatever it looks like for you, take your turn at the edges.
Thank you, James, for that special report. Stay safe in the Big Apple.
That's a deal. Mime technique.
James Creaky, everyone, reporting live from New York.
And now, onto the leaderboard. Currently in third place with 124 views is Paul and Erica's house show from Theater Immobile.
And in second place with 131 views is Colony from the Sophania Dance Company and Aura Contemporary Ensemble.
And in the lead is Forbidden City from Martin Dockery with 143 views.
Reminder to everyone that Pick of the Fringe voting is coming up soon. You should get the surveys in your inbox very shortly. As a reminder, we do ranked choice voting, so you'll be voting for your top 3 shows in order of awesomeness. And now, Zach, tell us what's up with the bar series.
Tonight's bar series is the kind of weird watch of Butcher Holler Here We Come, with a late night talkback to follow at 10:30 p.m.
And on Wednesday, we'll have the premiere of a living room concert by Portland Cosmic Americana duo Deadly. Audiences may know the half of Deadly that's named Brian Cook as a founding member and drummer for indie rock band Blitzen Trapper. And
Cincy audiences may remember him as the drummer and vocalist in No Theater's 2015 production of 100 Days.
The living room concert premieres at 9 p.m. and will be available as video on demand through the rest of the festival. Woo! Sorry, Zach. That one time I had to do it all by myself. I just got used to saying all the lines.
I know. It's a weirder night. Everything.
Woohoo! And with that, I'm senior anchor Andrew Hungerford.
And I'm senior junior on the beat, in the street, ready to rumble, rough and tumble, definitely the best at remaining humble anchor, Zach Robinson.
Until tomorrow, as they say in Scots Gaelic, Iamel Sarmoth Dachili.
Or, in Welsh, and Andrew gave me this to say, so I'm going to try my best. Iamol yin ragarol iwi gilith.
Or, as they say in Cincinnatian, Fringe
excellent to each other. Still hard to say when it's just the two of us.
Pretty good.